Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and for the last time of this season, I am Jamie Scrafton, presenter for the Hot Hatch League on the Online Racing Network. And you did hear me correctly, we are here at the Dragon Trail Gardens for the final round of Season 11 Hot Hatch League. It's been a long road for these guys to get here. Well, I'm not even sure. I think we did 4 weeks and then a break week. So it worked out. I can't even remember when this thing started. It's been that long. It feels like forever, but we're finally here. It is the Hot Hatch Series finale, guys. So this will be the last race you see with these guys in these cars. Of course, next series we move along to something different and something new, devised by our very own NGR Robinson, the 300 horsepower league. It won't be limited to just hot hatches. Next season, the guys will be allowed to drive any vehicle with that horsepower limitation, as long as they meet obviously the weight and horsepower limitations. And without a surprise, the battle for the championship lies between these two, Don Dotter and NGR Saxo, both of them in the top 5. In qualifying times right now, qualifying is what you are seeing. I believe we may just be a little bit late into the qualifying session as I was watching the England versus Colombia match. Unfortunately, not going to know the result until I'm finished out of this room, but at the minute it was 1-1 extra time. So, at this moment in time, we may be out of the World Cup or in the World Cup. At the moment, I don't care. It's Hot Hatch Series here at the Dragon Trail Gardens, and it's a great circuit. It really is. Love flying around here. So many different types of sections. This section that Don's coming up to just after this corner is pretty awful. Depends on the type of car you've got handling. You really need the front grip for this section to make any sort of time here. It looks like Don's got a great line for proceeding through this section. Yeah, look at that. Didn't even kiss the curbs or anything. So you know Don is going to be fast tonight, and that is in the Civic. So it's whether Saxo will be able to follow through with that. I feel like that's going to really depend on who's going to be taking home checkered flags tonight. I mean, we'd expect it to be one of those two. But, of course, there's a lot of other variables in play. You've got this big, long front straightaway. This very vast, sort of left sweeping corner that Don's going through right now. And time's right, you can make up a ton of time in this corner. I mean, Don rode that almost perfectly. He could have actually gotten to the gas, it looks like a fraction earlier, and made the time even quicker. But at the minute, Don is sitting on a 1:41.5. A very impressive time. Currently 2 temps again. Look at this. It's NGR Big C once again in the top 3 on the timing chart. Sitting only 2 temps back, and he's actually running in the purple there. That's what you see on the top of your screen. That purple means he's run the best lap up until this point. We saw the Ford Focuses honestly struggle the majority of this season, but I mean, it was last week in particular we saw NGR Big Z come into play, and he was supposed to be a big factor last week, and I just think he failed on the sort of the closing element. But NGR Big Z was a very big factor last week, but unfortunately unable to close, and he's gone into the pits while running in the purple on our screen. He might have not necessarily been running in the purple on his screen if he's come into the pits. But I mean, I guess if he wasn't running faster than Don, why not? So let's run with our points leader Saxo. It's going to be tough, but I believe it can be done. That Don can get it done and win the championship here tonight. Saxo also running for 2 other Nxtgen championships, both of them undecided. This will be the first championship race of the season for him. with another following tomorrow night in the GT3s, and another on Sunday in the GT4s. So a big week for Saxo, really. And of course, if he doesn't win tonight's championship, how will that affect him going forward to the other two championship races that he is very much in the fight for? That'll be a big, presumable confidence knock for Saxo. As he comes out the final corner. See, I do not like that corner myself as a driver. It's two right angles, and I don't know where to put the car in that situation. Do I go low? Do I go high? They're not farting noises, guys. I'm just filling up my vape. Promise. That should do the entire race. I believe I've put enough in there for that. See, these guys don't get the benefits. I know a lot of these guys smoke / vape, etc., and they can't do it when they're racing, so I guess they get a little break in between, but these guys got things to focus on. So not many people on track right now, just NGR Saxo, Lou Archer and Bert. And Bert is of course Don's teammate, and he's been very much, I would say, probably one of the best learners of the entire season. Slow start to the season, but has gradually progressed and gotten faster. And you know, he's been showing those finishes. Bert's been doing really well. Lou Archer is still probably the wildest cannon on the grid here. This guy can dominate a race, finish 12th. There's just no, you can't really place a bet on where Lou Archer's going to end up. Because the one time that you bet you finish in the back, you'll get a third. Alright guys, looks like we're going to be actually starting the race very shortly there from race host MGR Robinson for the finale. So of course, when Lou sees that, he just pulls the handbrake and hits the inside wall, because that is what you do. That is standard procedure. More damage there. The guy's going to have to take that back to the shop, probably put a few rolls of duct tape on that, get that fixed up. Yeah, I don't think they can fix that, Lou. You're banned. He's a crazy character, as you can see just from this. I mean, what is he doing? But he's probably the class clown of the garage area, I'd say. Definitely a funny chap. Let's hope he can get a good finish here tonight for the grand finale of this beautiful league that NGR Robinson started quite a ways back now. And the finale is about to begin, of course, with our sprint race, followed by a feature race. And here we go. Let's hope everyone is available and ready in the grid area. On the pole, Don Dotter, NGR Bigsy going to be starting right behind him. NGR Saxo starting 4th. I would almost say that's the furthest back he started. Only a grid of 8 drivers tonight, but that's not going to be an issue for these guys. 7 laps. And it all ends here. Green flag is out. Whoa, where's Bert going? Already into the grass. Don's going to keep a very straight line. Saxo already up into 2nd. He's on the outside of Bigsy right now for 2nd. Look how close these guys are getting through that first corner. Who's going to have the better run? It's going to be equal. I was expecting that Civic to get a better run on the outside, but definitely not. Bigsy is not giving that position up. These guys might be battling for a championship, but Bigsy is also battling in this race. Saxo though does prevail into 2nd. Your championship 1-2 at this time. Bigsy driving quite the defensive line there against Bit. Robinson and Lou side by side for the 5th spot. JD Green and Jutty. Oh, we didn't have Lorna tonight. That's quite sad. A fairly small field to see this race out. But we're going to make it the biggest race that we've seen so far, I'm sure. Don now up to half a second on Saxo. Big C is not letting them go, very much like Sukuba. This is exactly how we saw them run in race 1 last week. As they all come piling through this final corner. Look at the lines they're taking. Inside, outside, inside. I reckon Big C might get the run on Saxo into 1. He does, he dives it down. They're equal right now. I feel like Saxo's pinching him down a little bit. But Big Z gives him the room. I feel like Saxo could have possibly given Big Z a little bit more room there. I mean, Saxo's racing for a championship, but Big Z also racing for potentially a win here. You've got to see it from all aspects. They watch it up into 5th. Robinson currently the tail of the field in 8th place. Coming up on JD Green, you're going to dive it on the inside. Going to overshoot the corner though, and JD Green comes back underneath. As Don runs away, it would appear Saxo is struggling. Big Z and actually Bert seem to be sat behind Saxo, trying to find a way around him. My only guess here is Saxo's feeling pretty comfortable coming into this thing. He's got quite a point advantage, but no, he runs wide. Big Z to 2nd. What a brilliant move. He saw the opportunity and he took it. NGR Big Z to 2nd place. And here comes Bert to take 3rd away. Going to overshoot the corner though quite severely, and Saxo's going to run probably one of the best lines he can through there. Take it away. Wow, we're only 2 laps into this thing. Here comes lap 3. That is Don. The field behind him. JD Green and Robinson still not settled for 7th. The Watcher has these guys up in front. Saxo is overdriving himself very clearly here. He needs to get that sorted out. He probably wants to go out with a bang, but I feel like he's trying too hard right now. He's either trying too hard or struggling a lot. As Big Z's actually driving away from him there in 2nd. NGR Big Z already proving possibly this is probably the greatest drive all season we've seen out of one of those Ford Focuses, passing NGR Saxo, our point leader. Like 8 wins under his belt this season already. As he runs a little bit wide though, don't want to jinx him, but look at this defensive line. He's still going to clear Saxo despite the mistake. Incredible driving by the 39 Care Air machine. Luarcha still unable to close the deal. Jutty just tailing them in. But these guys are battling too hard back here, I feel. They're racing side by side. You know, they're battling, and it's making them lose the sort of the pack. They're going so much slower by doing this. They need to just get into single file line and move with it, or this is going to be a struggling sprint race for them. As Don comes across the line, 2-second lead already here at the Gardens. Perfectly executed corner. Big Z still holds on to 2nd, but Saxo now has something to say about that. He's going to slip underneath, take the 2nd spot away. You see, I feel that Big Z's had a taste of what being in 2nd's like, and he wants to get back there as soon as he can. But here comes Lou Archer in 5th. 5th at this point, but look at the run he's got. Big Z does throw the defensive block. to try and take the position on Saxo. Looks like Lou Archer's going to get underneath Burt, and Jutty's there as well now, getting pretty crazy back here in the mid-pack. 4-car battle here for the 4th spot. Burt's back underneath Lou. Jutty's right there. Oh, Jutty gives a little knock to the back of Lou Archer, who keeps it in. Oh, Burt a little bit wide. What is going on, guys? This is crazy racing. This is the finale that we wanted to see. Look at Big Z underneath Saxo. Very briefly. But he's going to get the run here. He's underneath Saxo now. Well, at least the camera angle made it look that way. Saxo very wide. Who will prevail into one? We'll have to wait and see. As just back here, these guys can't decide what order they want to run in the corner in. Burt, Jutty, Archer, all fighting for that 5th spot. These guys just got no give and take right now. It's the sprint race finale of the year, of the season, and they don't want to give it up. Next season we drift away from the hot hatch series. We will not just be racing hot hatches, so this is your last chance to sort of make a statement in the hot hatches here, and everyone obviously wants to do their best and perform the best they can, and we are seeing that right now here at the Gardens. I mean, look at Big Z. I mean, I'm sure he'll agree with me when I say this, back marker almost. Most of the season, but look at in the last 2 weeks, absolute part of the race. Contender. He's battling Saxo here for the 2nd spot. Saxo the most wins so far of season 11 of the Nxtgen series. And look at him, Big Z is about to throw it to the inside. I can almost see it. He was thinking about it, but he thought better of it. He's still there. They're side by side. What a drive for Nxtgen, Big Z. It's just who has the most horsepower going down this straightaway that's going to make the difference. Of course, Saxo did have the acceleration coming out the high line. But normally we see cars pass Big Z and then they disappear. Saxo passed Big Z, and the battle is very much alive 3 laps later. And he's gone for it. Burt is there. I think the move he was trying to make did not work. He managed to get around Bugsy, but while this is all happening, there in the background is the field. Here is Don Dotter, 6.2 seconds ahead of the field, with only 1.5 laps to go in the sprint race finale. Burt has shot himself up into the 2nd spot. We're never looking at Don Dotter again, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Saxo right on the back bumper. 5-car battle for the 2nd spot almost. Here they all come through the most horrible section in a racetrack in this game, without a doubt, in my opinion, personal. Saxo to the inside, Burt to the outside. Who will come out of the final corner in 2nd to take the white flag? Looks like it's going to be Burt. What a great run. Big Z right behind Jutty, behind Saxo. Saxo dives it a little bit. Whoa, 3 wide. Saxo's pushed wide. This has just opened the door and knocked Saxo back a bunch of positions. Saxo to 5th. This puts Jutty in 2nd. Burt, sorry, in 2nd. Jutty in 3rd. Lou Archer in 4th. Who would have thought that? The B Wine Racing team might get a 1-2 here if Burt can hold on for 2nd, but he's got Lou Archer and Jutty fighting behind him. Lou to 3rd. With the season he's had, I'm sure Lou Archer would love a podium. And he is in position to do so as Saxo has fallen back quite considerably. He's got a bit of traffic to get through. But he's right beside Bert right now for the second spot. Bert does have the inside line. Lou going to hold him off. Those Hondas just seem to have so much more turning capabilities. But Lou is still holding them off. He's got Jutty and Bert side by side right behind him. Can he make it through this final section? As Bert's off into the sand. Saxo not making that same mistake. The B-Wine 1-2 finale is dead. Jutty right behind Lou. Saxo's too far back. This is it. Will Jutty settle for a third place position, or will he try and battle Lou Archer for the second spot? Don Dodder is going to win the sprint race finale, and Lou Archer is going to cross the line in second, followed closely by Jutty for the podium. Saxo, your point leader in fourth, then your Big Z with another top 5. Woo! Oh, I don't know what to say about that, guys. Why don't you race like that every week, basically? Jesus. That was almost hard to keep up with, guys. That was your sprint race finale. Victory lane now with Don Dodder winning the sprint race finale. But of course, a big congratulations to Don Dodder on his 17th million win of the year in Season 11. But I'd also like to say a bigger congratulations to Lou Archer there, capturing a second place finish. Finally figured out how to get the race finished. As I said, pretty much all season long, you know, the guy could run extremely good all race long, but then lose it, you know, the last quarter of the race and finish right at the back. And it was always devastating to see, but congrats to Lou Archer on actually getting to the front at the right time, I guess. Getting to the front at the right time of the race at the end there to secure a second spot. That's pretty cool. And obviously congrats to Don Dodder. He's just won the sprint race finale here at the Dragon Trail Gardens. Don ran off with it, of course, because everyone else was fighting back there. He had no competition. He was just like driving through. That was pretty cool to see, though. 8 drivers. It looks like I'm not sure we're getting any others, sadly, to close off. But I can honestly say we've got the best guys here, of course. We'd ideally have 10 here with Polish Magic, who of course was injured in a workplace injury a little while ago. NGR Saxo's teammate, we wish he could be here for the finale of this season, but we are really looking forward to him hopefully coming back for season 12. Also say a big thank you to Baz46, better known as Chris Byram. He's been a big help for the Hot Hatch Series team, who is away on work at the moment, unable to see the season end with us here tonight, so a big thank you to Chris. Also, if you're a follower of the Nxtgen stuff, he posts the tables, he does the little race reports afterwards as well, all that good stuff. He's the guy responsible for that, so a big thanks to Chris for putting all that effort in. And we'll take this time also to say a big thank you to NGR Robinson, the creator and founder of this league. You've put together a terrific group of guys. They all love racing, they all love being clean, they all love the sportsmanship, and it's been brilliant to commentate for season 11, and looking forward to the future with you guys and Nxtgen. It's been awesome. Let's see this thing out proper with our final feature race here in the Hot Hatch Series. I'm really looking forward to after that first race. It's now pit stops and all that coming into it. I've got no idea what's going to happen here. It's going to be pretty crazy. It's almost... what is Lou doing? How does he actually do that? How does he actually do that? We're going to take a quick 3-minute break, guys. I'm just going to do the... get a bit of fresh air quickly before this thing kicks off. And I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, you're watching the Online Racing Network. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Online Racing Network with your host Jamie Scrafton for the final time here this season for the Nxtgen Hot Hatch series here on the Online Racing Network YouTube channel. I've just been informed that England are currently in penalties, so my heart's a bit more going, especially if I don't know what's going on because I'm not there to witness it. But hey ho, we are here to see the end of the brilliant Hot Hatch series that we have covered for 11 weeks now. Well, 11 weeks plus, really, if you count the off breaks that we have. Well, in fact, there's NGR Bixie asking if we're going to hold off for 5 minutes. I feel like I'd look at the result afterwards, Bixie, because to be honest, it's going to put off your performance. If I know the result, it's going to put off my performance. Of course, it's been I think it was 2006 the last time England was in this position with the World Cup. So that's 12 years ago now. Almost, well, it's more than half my lifetime. Australia Green comes sliding in. Oh, okay. Looks like we're waiting for the penalty shootout. I'm going to sit here the entire time and just talk shit. Oh, that's right, when you do the picks. Oh, balls. Oh, we're losing. This is good. This is good information, Bixie. Let's start the race, guys. I don't need to know that we're losing before this race is done. I wouldn't mind learning that after my performance has peaked. But until then, let's just go. Who's actually watching right now? We've surely got some watchers, right? Fans of the good old Hot Hatch series. There's plenty of you guys that are fans of the Hot Hatch series, right? Let's look at the chat. Nope, we've had no chatters so far. We've only got 4 of you guys watching. Please show some love down in the chat. Come and have a conversation with us as we're about to kick off the finale of the Hot Hatch series. I believe that is Robinson there. No, of course it's not Robinson doing the donuts, it's Lou Archer. Of course it is. There he is, burning out the tyres. Did an impressive job. Was never able to do a burnout in one of those front wheel drive things. Just not able to do it. Those guys, obviously way cooler than me. Shared the link in the GT Sport Nxtgen page. Hopefully some Nxtgen guys come and share the love for the Hot Hatch finale here. I must warn you, if we do win this penalty shootout, my brother will be bursting in through the door at any moment and screaming. I've asked him to do that, so I would definitely know that we'd won. How does Lee Archer have tyres left? And Joe Saxo perhaps doing the celebratory burnout. What? I believe we may have won. I believe we might have won the penalty shootout thing. Bear with me, did we win?
We've only gone and done it.
Hey, we went and did it! Everybody watching live right now, we just went and did it. England to the quarterfinals.
It's coming home.
It's coming home. It's coming home, boys. We did it. Let's go get this fucking race done. Nxtgen Hot Hatch Series feature race finale. We just went and did it, boys. Gonna put in the chat now that we did it. There we go, boys. It's time to put an end to the Nxtgen Hot Hatch Series here live on the Online Racing Network. I do apologise for my profanities tonight. It is an England World Cup match day. God forbid we're still playing it when season 12 comes along. It'll be well done by then. Don't worry about that. And we're back to normal programming. The Saxo. Whoa! Look at this. Is there perhaps an upcoming drift competition I don't know about? Pretty good. Everyone, of course, being requested to the track, as is tradition, in order to gain their official starting position. And Joe Bigsy and Jutty still on pit road do need to get onto the racetrack in order to receive their official starting spot. As NGR Bigsy was the one that asked to wait for penalties. I imagine he's jumping up and down in his house at the minute, so we will perhaps give him some leniency. Jutty, he could be doing the same. He could be going for a wee. We'll never know. But Saxo does definitely look like he's doing some celebration burnouts. But possibly winning the championship. We'll have to definitely wait until the end of this race to know for certain. But after the finish in race number 1, it does look like NGR Saxo will be taking home the big crown. And everyone is on the racetrack. We are here to finish this championship off. We're at the Dragon Trail Gardens here in Japan to finish the NGR Hot Hatch League. The feature race, 25 laps, or is it 14? We'll have to wait and see. Judy Green and Bert make up the front row somehow. Did Bert fall back that much? Jesus, 20 laps here at the Gardens. And the green flag is out for the final time for the Season 11 Hot Hatch Series. Bert, not a great jump, but NGR Robinson, what a brilliant jump from that second row. Can he keep it on the top side? He's got Jutty right behind him. Looks like he's going to file in right behind JT Green. Looks like someone else was there. NGR Big Z to 4th. Of course, with Big Z finishing sort of mid-pack. He's right there. He's getting quite... Look at Bert though. Look at Bert. This B Wine Racing team, when it gets out front, they just go. It's pretty good. It's pretty remarkable, but I mean, Robinson's trying there, but if you just look there, there's not got enough forward grip. But easily able to power around the outside. I'm wondering if those Golfs are struggling with front grip here. could be very possible as Bert continues to lead this race. Saxo up into third already, not wasting time. Of course, he started about mid-pack, of course, after the not the ideal finish to that last section that he would like. Don in 6th right now, the point leaders, only 2 positions away from each other of this 8-car field. Oh, Saxo running perhaps a little bit wide by Bigsy, but comes back down very easily in front. Njo Robinson at the moment holding on to that 2nd spot as we complete lap 1. This pair actually gained about 2.2 seconds on the field. Pretty impressive stuff. That's not what we saw at all in race number 1, our sprint race just before the guys. We didn't really see this breakaway from a front 2. It was almost fully war battle mode from the get-go, and anyone second back just got side by side and unable to make moves. As we see Jutty now trying to make a run on the outside here of Saxo. Will it actually go anywhere? I'm not thinking it will. Saxo dicing deep and Jutty goes underneath. We'll have to see who gets the better run down this straight away before we enter the S's. Bigsy sitting comfortably in 5th. Don 2 seconds back. So the lead shrinking on these front 2 by a little bit. A couple of attempts have been dropped since we crossed the line. Looks like Saxo's coming, but not coming. I mean, he can't. It's hard because he's got Jutty right there. Jutty is a very competitive car tonight. We saw that in the sprint race, and they can't really run single file. Jutty wants to get around him, and Saxo, of course, wants to get around Jutty. So that's the issue they've got going right now. These 2 cars very competitive, very evenly matched, it would seem. Of course, when Bert was in the mix as well, Bert was very competitive with those 2. But as they're fighting side by side, the lead, as you can see on the screen on the left hand side, continues to grow as these 2 run single file versus side by side. Robinson taking a very low line there, actually going to pay off for him. He's gaining. I just don't think he's got the well, I say that he went through that section a lot better there than he has done the first 2 laps, so I'm guessing now that he's sort of up in the front, he's not worrying about catching up. He's playing around and seeing where his car's good and seeing where his car's bad. Or he knows where his car's bad from the first race. As we race here in the dusk at the Gardens. He's right on Bert's sort of bumper through this section. I mean, there's not really a lot of passing opportunities here, so you might as well just try and get as close as you can at this point, and then aim to make a pass after this right hand section down the straightaway, or vice versa when you come around the left hand 90-degree corners. Saxo currently ahead of Jutty. Don's, surprisingly, I thought he'd have gotten past Bigsy and Jutty by now. Looks like there's a bit of conflict there. Looks like, to me, that looked like Bigsy went off, but then Don followed him off and got into the back of him, so I'm not sure that's his fault, as Lou Archer here sneaks past both of them up into the 5th spot. Brilliant driving by Lou Archer, taking advantage of the situation. But while this is going on, our point leader NGR Saxo passed for 3rd by Jutty there, and Robinson was going for the lead on Bert at the Gardens. There was a Facebook post going around. Of course, I know the driver of that 419 Castrol Edge Volkswagen Golf. I jokingly said, what can't this man do? I said, win a hot hatch race. Maybe he's trying to redeem himself here tonight. He's doing a very good job, and he's sticking right with our race leader at the moment, as Jutty and Saxo are now closing in a little bit. But the battle now, as Bigsy has been seemingly knocked out of position. Lou Archer for 5th. Don's going to take that spot fairly easily in the Civic. remember Don quite clearly found the fastest way around this place in the sprint race, winning by 6 seconds. The rest of the field were quite bunched up. So Don is a man to watch over this 20-lap period. We're about a quarter of the way through the finale's event. This is the grand finale, feature race here at the Gardens. This bit has pulled away to a staggering 7/10. It's the biggest gap we've seen between these two since the drop of the green. Good corner here from Robinson, could shrink that gap back down, and it is going to do so. If you look at the timer, the gap to Burt now only 5/10, and that is dropping. Jutti able to pull away from Saxo though by quite a staggering 2.5 seconds. So I'm assuming that we've missed something happened to Saxo, maybe run wide into the dirt or something along those lines. But it does seem since we got here that Saxo has struggled at the Gardens in this car, as qualifying, we don't really see him qualify out the top 3. I mean, granted he was only 4th, but there's only 8 cars here tonight, so 4th, if you put it on a field of 14, could be as far back as 7th, 8th. So I mean, because they're not just people here like fillers. They're pretty quick guys. So starting 4th for Saxo is pretty far back, really, when you measure the amount of people that are here and the speed that they're able to pull off. It's a bit of a shocker, as Jutti has gotten to the back bumper of Robinson. Of course, Jutti very competitive in the sprint race, able to pull off a 3rd place. The guy who finished ahead of him in the sprint race was Robinson's teammate Lou Archer. Will Jutti try and make a move on the inside? He's dived it in there, but Robinson's going to try and make it stick on the outside. He's still side by side. He's going to get the run, and with ease will take the 2nd spot away. But will Jutti get the slipstream going into 1? JD Green is the first to make a pit stop here on lap 6. I'm not sure if that's for damage. At this moment, can't see the front end. We'll hope we get a bit of camera angle of that. Obviously he's heavily damaged, he'll probably come in. Seems a little bit early to make the pit stop around the Gardens. The camera's a bit... No, the camera's stationary like that. He'll probably come out of the pits before we're actually around the front. I can't see any marks. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, the paint scheme doesn't help, but I can't see any marks. In fact, with the length of the pit stop, I think JD Green might be pulling in for the night. Bit remains your race leader. Jutti has gotten around the early 2nd place driver of NGR Robinson. And it looks like NGR Robinson's car slightly fading as we get further through this tyre cycle, which is a shame. Yeah, I don't think JD Green's coming back out, which is a shame. Saxo. Robinson, he's got Dotter right there. The pressure building. Looks like, ooh, Don is inside. Not going to stick though. Saxo should get the run out the corner. He does. As Burt comes in for a pit stop. Our race leader pits. That leaves Jutti as the race leader, leading 1 lap of tonight's event so far. As Don goes inside of Saxo. Will Saxo try and fight him on the outside? He does. He will keep it within the white lines and get the actual run around the outside that he was looking for. And he does maintain that 3rd position. And that promotes to me the strangest thing that's going on right now. So Saxo has easily been the quickest driver that we've got. Don's has been very quick as well. These two probably evenly matched at different places. But it's not a civic issue that these guys aren't dominating as much so far in the early going as they should, as Jutty is running a Civic as well, and Bert, of course, is Don's teammate running a Civic, and they've been running at the front no problem, making lap time on these guys. So it raises a few questions as whether this championship nerves is really kicking in tonight for these guys. I mean, I feel like if Saxo doesn't win the championship tonight, that'll ruin his entire week, because that's going to be on the back of his mind. He lost that championship, so I'm probably going to lose this one as well, and then just not perform as well. So it's quite a big night for these guys regardless. And of course, seeing the third position dissipate like that to your championship rival, it's obviously not what you're looking for. As Robinson, though, now that Bert is gone, is right on the back bumper of Jutty. So I'm not sure if Robinson made a mistake or the way these cars are set up. It seems like the Civic had like a peak where the Golfs fell back a little bit, like on tyre wear or whatever. They fell back and they weren't as good. So they weren't as good in the middle of the run, but now they've reached a point where the Golfs are good in the run. So they're a good short to long run car, but in the middle they kind of suck. As Archer is currently back in 7th, so we'll see last running, as Jitty Green been in the pits for quite some time now, obviously unable to continue with tonight's feature race. Don still leading Saxo, only by 5/10. Oh, look, a little bit of damage on the front. Yeah, there's a couple of scrapes there on the front of Don Dotter's Honda Civic. Not sure if that was from here, by the way, knocks or possible prior issues that we didn't capture on camera. As Jutty surrenders the lead, Don is in also. Robinson and Saxo elect to stay out. Of course, Bert will stay out in the 3rd position. And the back half of the field is in. And Joe Robinson here leading in the Dragon Trail Gardens finale here for the Nxtgen Hot Hatch Series. Saxo a little bit in the grass. Bert and Jutty not far behind. We'll watch it up to 5th. I'm guessing Biggsy pitted as well. We just didn't see it on the board because we're up here. This is NG Robinson. He is the red triangle on the board now, entering the kind of S's, I like to call them here, despite they're not really S's, they're more bent zebras. NGL Saxo is there, so that is the gap to 1 and 2. And of course, NGL Saxo, when it comes to feature racing, he's the man to beat. Pit strategy is often perfect, tyre management is often perfect. Even if one of them is not perfect, the other one kind of allows the other one to let slide a little bit and succeed with. I imagine, to be honest, we're going to see Robinson come in this time, and if not the next time, and just try and go 2 stops. I'm not sure if that's going to hit them in the long run yet. Robinson going to come down pit road this time by lap 9, beginning of lap 10. Saxo also going to come in. Of course, Bert already been, and Jutty have been. This is a big statement that these guys are making. These guys have just pitted. They're going to lose a lot of ground to Bert and Jutty here. So maybe short pitting is the way to go to win at the Gardens in these longer events, because that is what Bert and Jutty are proving right now. Robinson out. Saxo comes out 2 places worse off. 3 places worse off, sorry. In fact, Robinson just came out just in front of his teammate, who's actually challenging him for a position on more worn stuff, which is crazy. But look at him go down the inside. I mean, they're side by side right now. Hopefully there's not much conflict there. They are teammates after all. But I suppose it's the last race of the season. There'll be no give and take between teammates here. I'm sure that Don and Bert would, you know, nudge each other out of the way for that final win of the year. That final win of the season, as Lou gets a little bit loose because of that conflict with Robinson, and then gets a little bit into Don. Lou flies back to the blocking line. Oh, but Don is pressing and pressing and pressing, and he's there. And that is just how good Don is. Just the entire way through that section. Was right on the back bumper of Archer. I mean, Archer's going to try and force him wide here, it looks like. But I think I'm sure he just injured himself there, because it could put him in a bad line. And look at this. And now Don is clear around the outside of a forced wide push. They're actually going to try and grow a little bit of slipstream though and fight his way on the inside. Bit of contact between the two. But that causes Lou to hit the grass, and he's out, and he's into the wall. Racing incident right there. I would not put it to more than that. The two were clearly disagreeing a little bit on the racetrack where they should be, and Lou trying to block, went in the grass, came back up, got tapped, went in the grass again. And not really a lot more to say about that, in my opinion. Loose glowing brake rotors there on NGR Robinson's vehicle, as the actual battle for the lead here is heating up. Let's take a look at these guys, Bert and Jutty, who not in a million years would we often see here on the Online Racing Network during one of these events. Say they've got a 6-second gap to the other race cars, but Bert here and Jutty both driving Honda Civics, BYN Racing leading the way as they come down the backstretch for the first time of this lap. 11 laps will be completed at the line. Bit of contact, friendly contact, accidental contact. That corner is awful. You cannot really judge how far your car will stick out there. Another big shame there for JD Green, having to withdraw from this race here. Still side by side. Look at this. Gonna get some snapshots of this later. These guys battling as hard as you can for this race lead. This is the last win of the season, and these guys, I think Bert's won maybe one. I don't think Jutty's won one off the top of my head. I do apologise, guys, of course, but off the top of my head, I don't have the information like in front of me, and you guys have quite a decent lead, and you're more than halfway through this thing. Just do what you've done again, and you should have a great lead, right? So we've got our first comment of the race. Let me just get this stuff open, guys. See what people are saying in the chat. We've got Baz, good old Chris Byram, our Baz46, who was unable to be here tonight. Oh yeah, because Jutty's running your paint scheme, Baz. Did he switch manufacturers, but same team? I just realised that's basically your McGann scheme. Of course, we've got Baz46, as you'd see him normally on the channel and in these leagues. But here he goes for the race lead. Jutty to the race lead with an excellent pass, textbook pass out of the final corner. He's going to have the position going into one. Oh, gotcha. So we've got Baz cheering on his teammate Jutty as he just took the race lead there. Changed team but not manufacturer, so that is the same Paint scheme, of course, as we know from Baz 46's vehicle, or Chris Byram, who is sadly unable to be here tonight because he's a bit of a prick. But that's fine, we'll move along from that. He is now leading this event with Don, Robinson and Saxo quite a fair ways back. These guys doing an exceptional job. At the moment it's B Wine Racing versus BDD. You see in the background there Don and Robinson. I mean, Don's going to be coming, but does he have enough time? Does he have enough time, Baz? What is your say in the race chat, my friend? Do you reckon Don will be able to make up the time to pass your teammate? Race 1 was run by Don. He was a solid 8 seconds ahead of the field. But then the next 5 cars across the line were about 2 seconds apart. It was a pretty crazy sprint race, Baz, if you missed it. Definitely worth a watch. I screamed about 4 times. Surprisingly, Baz, Saxo, and to be honest, well, I mean, this race, now that he's in traffic, Don's been struggling quite a bit. And Bert is in for pit stops. That will be his final race of the night. So dope. You're not talking sense to me, Chris. What's going on? So dope. Yep, Don is within a chance of winning. I mean, not right now. Well, actually, yeah, he is. If Don wins this and Saxo finishes, I believe, in 5th. I believe 5th. If Don wins and Saxo's 5th or worse this time, we have a chance for a surprise, fluky, crazy championship win. My map's pretty poor. Yeah, if you keep us informed, Baz, on the points, as we're about 3/4 of the way through lap 14 of 20 on who our race winner's going to be. Steve finished in 4th, Chris, you can hear me, in race 1. 4th. It was 4th, actually. It wasn't a great finish for Saxo in round 1. Jutty continues to lead. 3.5 seconds. Over the man chasing a dream, Don Dotter. 2nd in points, we'll call him, Mr. 2nd in points. But he's not just been 2nd in points, he's been reeling those points in most of the season. And now he is actually within a chance of winning. There are currently, apparently, 13 points separating Don and Saxo. So Baz, as he's called on YouTube, is going to be doing some mathematics for us as we close down this final race. The battle is between the Brit Don Dotter and the Belgian NGR Saxo. But as we all know, NGR Saxo yet to lead a lap here tonight at the Gardens, which honestly is quite remarkable. Never seen before has NGR Saxo not led 1 lap. I don't believe any of the races that I've covered personally. Of course, Don Dotter led every lap in the first race and won the event. We are just waiting on some mathematics from Chris, who I thanked during the race break, and of course we'll thank at the end. As you know, that's what he's doing. I was saying he does all this extra effort. As Don comes to pit road on lap 15, this leaves Robinson out as the race leader and Saxo out in second. Maybe Robinson was just playing the long game. Does he have enough stuff to get him going for another 5 laps? I mean, Saxo, I mean, we may have said he's not led a lap today, but he only meant to lead 1, and that was the final one. Has he got the strategy to do it here tonight? Back into 3rd. Jutty in 4th. Don right there in 5th. He's going to battle Jutty around the outside. Jutty with the advantage, but then here comes Don. He takes it easy going in and has a better run off the corner as they enter the S's. Bit of a nudge, nothing unfriendly. At this current moment in time, Saxo wins by 3 points. That is close. Do you mean as they run 2-4, Baz? Saxo in 2nd, Don in 4th? Is that what you mean? Is that the result? Saxo currently running in 2nd, Don currently in 4th. We're still waiting for our maps man to win the championship. Don needs to win this race, and Saxo must finish in the 5th spot. Saxo off the racetrack and into the outside wall. If that damage, if you got damage from that, that could be the championship. I accidentally pressed the button. That could be the championship over. The damage, I mean, visibly you can't see it, but the damage model in GT Sport is pretty pathetic, to say the least. If there is damage to that right front, a lot of these turns are right turns. That could very much hurt Don's time, Saxo's time, as Don proceeds onward. I feel like Saxo knows Don is coming. Sadly, my phone has died. We have no more further information from Baz. It's currently plugged in, but I can't get any more information from Baz at this time. And I'm not going to try and boot up before the end of this race. We have only 4 laps remaining. Nxtgen Robinson coming around at the final corner to take. At the line it will be 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go, sorry. I'm getting pretty out of shape here. What's going on? Look at this, we've got Nxtgen Robinson leading the race with 3 laps to go. Pretty cool stuff. I really hope he does hang on for that race win. Jutty in 3rd. Saxo, as Don passes Saxo for the 4th spot, there is definitely damage on Nxtgen Saxo's machine, but whether Don can make up 3.4 seconds in the same amount of laps, can he do it? I sadly at this moment in time do not think it's possible, but he is sure as hell gonna give it a go. Oh, if Saxo's going to be kicking himself for that mistake, going off track and hitting the outside wall at that very corner that he just passed. The intensity builds here at Dragon Trail Gardens. Saxo falling back. He knows he's good as long as Don does not improve his position. As Robinson looks under fire from Burt. Can Robinson hold it off? Another 2 times. Here at the Gardens. Robinson dives it down low. We see the infamous snake taking place, the slipstream snake, as cars dive up and down the racetrack trying to avoid getting followed through the slipstream. If this was the final lap, I'd say Robinson had a chance to win this. I just don't think the equipment he's got underneath him now, those tyres, are going to be enough. But I wish him the best at this time. Don there in 4th, he has an opportunity to make some things happen. He's got a championship on the line if he can just pass the cars right in front of him. NDR Robinson off track. Don dotted to 3rd, 2 more cars to pass his teammate for the championship. His teammate currently leads. Will he just let him past? This could be big right here. This is the hardest we're going to see Don Dotter fight in his entire Nxtgen racing career. An opportunity to win the Nxtgen Hot Hatch Series. Saxo is up to 4th. Don still there in 3rd. He's going to get past his teammate though for the 2nd spot. Jutty is just ahead. I believe Saxo had to finish 5th for this championship to be handed to Don, but we'll have to wait and see as the results come in. At the close of this race, I shall boot up my phone, but at the meantime, I'm glued to the screen. I can see messages coming in on what is probably the point standings. But at the point, if Don can win this race, on the closing lap, Jutty gives him the room. Don is there, he clears him as they come towards the S's. Saxo back down to 5th. I believe that was the criteria. Saxo to 4th. Saxo to 5th. We'll stay with the leaders. Oh, I can't. Oh, there's too much. Don needs to win. I think Saxo needs to finish in 5th. If Robinson beats Saxo, Don wins. If Jutty beats Don, Saxo wins. Coming down the final backstretch. Saxo right on Robinson's heels. This is going to be a crazy finish. Oh, I don't know what to do. Don's going to come out of the final corner. Don is going to win the feature race at the Gardens and the final race of the Hot Hatch League. Saxo not going to get it done. Don is your champion at the line. I honestly am speechless. I hope that maths was correct, Chris. I'm going to boot the phone up now. Who won, Chris? I've just said that Don won the championship there. I can look at the Facebook group chat. Let's have a look what information is here. But congrats to Don on the win. Incredible. Incredible. everything went in what appeared to be Don Dotter's favour there. What an incredible drive at the end. But we do need to know pool points and fast lap information, as there are bonus points awarded for that. As you can see, Saxo does have a bonus point here in race 2. This could be close. We are waiting to see the results. We now take the victory lane with Don. 2 victories here in the finale. We need to get the confirmation of the points. I'd hate to leave this unanswered. Let's get those points. What are the results? And a big hand, as was said previously, but after the points have been calculated, Don Dotter has won the Nxtgen Hot Hatch Series Championship by a very slim number. That is incredibly close. That's like one of 3 points between those two. Pretty incredible. What a battle. And I can understand Saxo leaving the room there. There was a bit of give and take, of course. Obviously it was just Don and Saxo racing the championship, but those are the cars out there and other stuff happened, I'm sure, that obviously wasn't all caught on camera, sadly. But that was the result. So a big drive for Don Dotter. Very impressive to beat NGR Saxo the way he did. That was literally the criteria. Saxo had to finish in 5th place and Don had to win the race. That was it. And that's exactly how it turned out. So big congratulations to those guys. And the Nxtgen guys, of course, can be doing their fun weeks that they normally do. I don't believe that season 12 will be beginning for some time, so until the off season is more or less complete, I guess that's it from me here for the Hot Hatch series. These guys, thank you for tuning in, thank you for all the support we've had over this season. Take care, and we'll see you next time.